Hello, listeners, and welcome to Beyond the Mirror. This isn't just another podcast, it's a deep dive into the world of beauty, wellness, and longevity. Now, we're here to discuss what beauty really means beyond just appearances. We'll also talk about wellness, the habits and practices that keep us healthy, full of energy, and we'll explore the topic of longevity, looking at the science and realities of living a long, fulfilling life. So sit back, relax, and join us as we go beyond the mirror. Welcome, Beyond the Mirror listeners. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing you to Rod Murchison. He is a visionary entrepreneur. As a former teacher, he has seamlessly transitioned his passion for education and well-being into the fitness industry as the proud owner of 2 Hotworx locations here in St. Louis. Embracing the innovative concept of infrared sauna workouts, Rod has been at the forefront of introducing this unique fitness solution that combines detoxification benefits with infrared sauna, providing high-intensity workouts and just amazing workouts in general, getting your tissues just singing amazingly. And his commitment to health and vitality shines through in the community-focused environment that he has created, where members can heat their bodies and experience these transformative benefits. Join us in welcoming Rod Murchison, a trailblazer in the fitness world, dedicated to enhancing well-being through the power of heat and movement. Welcome, Rod.
Hi, thank you.
Hi. Tell me a little bit about, could you give me like an overview for those that are not familiar with Hotworx and how this kind of workout is? Can you give like a brief overview of what it is and
Yeah,
how it works? Thanks.
absolutely. Yeah, so Hotworx is a 24-hour infrared fitness studio. So that means we have, numerous different infrared saunas in our studio. Our studios hold 9 saunas inside of them. We're doing virtually instructed workouts inside of those saunas. So in every sauna, there's a screen in there, and it's playing one of 12 different workouts that we have available to our members. We have 9 isometric workouts, which are 30 minutes in length. So those are all things from hot yoga to hot Pilates to hot core, hot bands, like I said. And then we have our 3 HIIT workouts, our our cycle, our rower, and our full body trainer right inside of those saunas. So, and it's all so convenient as well. So it has a small community, and you can work out with your friends inside of the sauna. Up to 3 people fit in the saunas, and you just schedule it right there on an app. You could either pull up in the parking lot, or you can schedule your things out in advance and know I have the sauna number 5 at 6 a.m. tomorrow, and I'm doing yoga, and I'm ready to go. And I walk in, just give myself a few minutes and get my mat and towel set up and watch the instructor on the screen, and they're going to bring the energy and keep you focused on the workout that you have right then and there for you.
That's awesome. Yes. Yeah. And you now have 2 locations, right?
Yeah.
So you are in O'Fallon, Missouri, and you are also in Wentzville, Missouri. And for those our listeners that are not from this location, you have the ability to experience Hotworx pretty much from wherever you may be because there's plenty of locations, right?
Yeah, we just celebrated our 7th year of being a franchise. So yeah, they've just hit the 600 mark of as far as locations across the country. We have like around 20 or so here in Missouri, but then yeah, just spread anywhere across the map. There's a location that you can find for sure.
That's so awesome. Yes, and it's a great experience. Tell me a little bit more about the difference between working out at Hotworx versus a traditional exercise someone may be doing.
Yeah, I mean our main focus there is to keep your body feeling good. It is about that from the feeling you get when you leave the sauna, the endorphin rush that you're going to feel, to the workouts that we're doing in general is everything is low and no impact. So obviously our isometrics, you're not you're not jumping up and down. You're not, you're not doing full squats or push-ups. You're holding planks. You're holding squats. You're, doing whatever the instructor happens to tell us to do in that case. And, and our other stuff is, our cycles or rowers. Some people are like, oh, can we have a treadmill? I'm like, no, well, treadmill doesn't really fit into our low and no impact piece of this. So that doesn't really correlate. So it is, yeah, all about that, just the joint health, you know, detoxing, feeling great. Uh, Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, when you're in the sauna and you're doing your workouts, it's able to penetrate your tissues deeper, correct? So tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, infrared is it's an invisible light wave. So yeah, that invisible light wave, it's a form of radiation, but it's a good radiation. So it's radiating and it's penetrating my body like an inch and a half. So those deeper tissues that are holding toxins from the air we breathe, so some of the foods we eat, plastics and all that stuff that can get into our systems and maybe stay in there longer. We're able to get those out on a consistent basis because of this technology that, like I said, is opening up, super dilating your pores and allowing all those things to come out. They've actually analyzed the sweat, the difference between a traditional sauna and the infrared sauna, and there's 7 times more toxins found in your sweat after you do an infrared sauna session compared to any other form of sweat you may get.
Oh, I love that. I do know that you just feel absolutely detoxed and amazing when you leave there. And I love that it's able to penetrate those tissues because I feel like it's really important for longevity, number one, and number two, staying mobile and keeping your muscles as limber as possible, but also your detoxification pathways. If you're sweating, which we think sweating's gross, or you may think like, ooh, gross, I don't want to sweat. But your body is naturally made to sweat. And that's one of the key ways that we get toxins out of the body. And
Yeah.
so when you're utilizing the infrared sauna and it's penetrating deeper and you're able to push out a lot of those toxins, you're helping your liver, your overall tissues, your muscles, like you're just helping your body in so many ways. And I just absolutely love that you're able to achieve that in 15 to 40 minutes. Such a great benefit. Can you share a success story that maybe you have from one of your clients?
Yeah. So we've had a gentleman who had a knee replacement, and he was able to get back in with just in a few weeks after his surgery and able to start working out. So which that's super important to get moving again, and the the workouts themselves he was able to do them because it's not requiring a lot and you can always modify it to that. But then that the heat and the infrared is decreasing so much of that inflammation that he's got through those surgeries and through the damage that's been done in those tissues, they're able to work out and go. And it's also on the other end with the weight loss. We've had a member that's able to, she was able to lose, over 60 pounds within just about 6 months, just after staying consistent to Hotworx. Just, she just decided that, I'm going to do at least 5 workouts a week. I'm going to stay consistent, and then obviously there's a diet piece in there as well. So if you combine all those things together and you find something that you like and makes you feel good, it's easy to stick with, and then you start to see the results as you gradually go, for sure.
Absolutely. And I really love that you had mentioned like even somebody with a knee replacement. I feel like there's benefits for pretty much anybody at any fitness level, right? And so tell me a little bit about like maybe somebody who's worried about a potential injury or maybe they've had an injury in the past. Like there's different levels for everybody in every room, correct?
Absolutely. I mean, one of our mottos is, go at your own best pace. And there are always 3 instructors on the screen inside of your sauna. And when you're in there in the sauna, the main instructor is, she's giving you the cues, but you can always, and then she'd be like, oh, look to the person to my right over here, and they're giving you this modification. You can always put your knee down here to make it a little, easier, or you can look to the person to her left, and she would be like, oh, she's going to advance the posture over here to make it more challenging so that no matter where you are on that, you're going to get some benefits. And I always tell people, if it's day one, you're coming out the door, your main goal today on your first session is, to stay in the sauna the whole time. Do as much of the workout as you can, and gradually you're going to grow that piece, and you're just going to, you're going to get stronger. You're going to feel better about yourself, and you're going to see the results.
Yes, yes, amazing. So, in terms of health and wellness, what are some of the additional benefits that someone working out in the sauna would experience versus a traditional workout?
Well, you're seeing in there. I mean, you're just sorry. My bad. You're getting to, there's so many good things. I'm just trying to bring the one to the top of my mind. But there is, you're decreasing you're decreasing your inflammation. You can lower your blood pressure significantly. It's a vasodilator with the heat, so you're getting a lot more blood flow. You're getting more oxygen into your body with that as well. You're going to see some skin benefits as well because of the infrared. So, like you said, you're that sweat bath. You're like removing the top layer of your dermis almost every single time that you're getting in there, so that your skin always feels soft and smooth. It's really just another added benefit of being in there for sure.
That's awesome. Now, I know that you've noticed some significant benefits from working out at in the sauna.
Yeah.
What you notice that's so significant that you're like, "Whoa, I can't live without it."
I mean, it's really just the feeling that I get, the energy that I get from the day. But me, myself, I haven't had a full knee replacement, but I've had a couple arthroscopic surgeries, and I've had the doctors tell me that, oh, after we did this one, you're probably going to need a knee replacement within about 10 years. And that's about 15 years ago now. And I can still get down into full squats. I can get down on my knees now. I still feel a little bit of things in my knee, but it is nowhere near like what it was. So it's enabled me to increase my health span, and just be able to get more out of my life than if I was just going somewhere where I was only doing high impact workouts, and where I'm just going to keep pounding on. I'm going to get stronger. I'm going to see some benefits, but I may not, I may not have that mobility necessarily because I'm still pounding on my joints and just not going to feel the same.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people say they sleep better too. Because
Absolutely.
you're getting that, like, relaxation workout where
Mhm.
it's kind of reducing that cortisol for you, and so they're just like, relaxed when they're, done with their workouts. Now you go into the workout and you burn a set amount of calories, let's say, but then afterwards you get something as well, right? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's a
Mhm.
big benefit for sure. Yeah. So yeah, we're speeding up your metabolism while you're in there. You're getting that great workout. But yeah, when you leave the sauna, obviously you're still hot, so your metabolism is increased. So we call that period the afterburn. So that hour afterward, you're still having increased calorie burn. So you're gonna burn probably as much, probably a little bit more than what you even burned during that session when you walk out. So I'm like, that's free calorie burn that you get right there just because you did a 30-40 minute workout inside the sauna, and now you go about your day and you're still burning calories as you walk out. So yeah, that's a huge benefit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great benefit, and so I've also noticed too that you burn what's in there, you get that afterburn, but it also stimulates your body to keep burning for 24 to 36 hours afterwards. It might not be as intense as that afterburn, but it definitely keeps the momentum going because your metabolism is stimulated, which I find very, very beneficial, especially in today's world where we have about a 96% metabolism issue in the US. And so it's a great way to help offset that tremendously. Now, for someone who is brand new to Hotworx, they've never experienced it before. I've had a lot of friends that I've drug in there and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like I don't do well with heat." And they do absolutely fine. My daughter's one of them. She used to pass out, when it would be high heat. She does fine in the sauna. So can you give like like a little scenario of like what to expect for someone who's never expected or never been in the sauna before and worked out in there?
yeah, when you're going in there, I mean, like I said, don't go in there just thinking you're gonna, destroy the workout the first time. You're gonna, go in there, and that's the one of the great things about it that I love is able to get a amazing workout at this slower pace, and just it's actually kind of like, you know, obviously yoga and all that together, but it's all kind of meditative as well as getting the workout. What was I saying? I don't know.
You can go ahead.
Oh, so what else to expect? Yeah, they were so so as long as you're hydrated going in, so I would say definitely be drinking water and electrolytes. Before you go in, you bring your water into the sauna, drink while you're in there, and definitely continue to drink water afterwards. And you're going to feel great. One of the big things I think to always tell people that are, they say, "Oh, I'm not good with heat. I don't do well outside and all that." But like I found, now because I expose myself to these 125-degree infrared workouts all the time. If I go outside and I'm doing yard work on a 90-degree day, it doesn't feel that hot outside to me. I've been to baseball games and the sun shining up, and people are like, "Oh, I'm dying out here," and I was like, "It feels pretty good to me. I don't know what you're saying." So definitely that.
You're getting used to it, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Something, right? Getting
Yep.
used to that heat. I don't know. That's funny. There's with the combination, the unique combination of heat and exercise, are there any safety measures that someone needs to address or
First
just
of all, it
safety
is
period?
it is very safe. I mean, we've never had anybody have any serious injuries or issues. But we do have things set up inside the studio because we are 24 hours. We're not always staffed to be there. So we do have a panel that actually has some lanyards available that you could take into the saunas with you as well. And at a push of the button, we have emergency response available to our members if they feel, just if they need that added layer of insurance that they're going to be okay if anything did happen to them while they're there, maybe by themselves. For sure.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. I've not had anybody have an issue. And it's interesting, like, our thought process around it. I remember when my cousin who did Bikram yoga way, way, way back when it first was before it was popular, and I
Mm-hmm.
thought, "Oh my goodness, there's just no way." And then, in an Oklahoma day, it'd be 109 outside, and we're out there doing yoga, and I'm like, "Well, how's this any different, really?" Yeah, with the, humidity that's, like, insanely high. But yeah, I do love the fact that you can go into any of the saunas and do the workouts, and there's a level for everybody. I've even had somebody who's just kind of trying to acclimate and see if they liked it. I'm like, just go in there and lay down and do a few of the stretches, try and follow along as best you can. But if you need to, take a rest. And you still get such a great workout because the infrared sauna is doing so much of the work for you. Even if you get in there and you're just sitting, you still get so many benefits. And so it's just a great membership to have. I truly believe. Now, how do you see Hotworx evolving in the future? And are there any new innovations or expansions planned for you for upcoming?
I mean, every year we go to a Hotworks convention, and there's always something new that they're rolling out. I mean, 2 years ago we introduced Hot Thunder, which is our patented rowers that we have that are made for the sauna. They're dual individual arm pulleys. We This last year we just released Hot Stretch, so we have a stretching session inside of the saunas. So that added one of the workouts to do that. Steve, the CEO, hasn't shared with me what his new thoughts are coming up, but I know that he'll have something he believes in, always moving the needle. We're not ever just going to stay the same. We're a technology company that does fitness, and we like to be on the forefront and the future of everything out there. So I would expect something, but I don't know what it may be this year. So
It's awesome. I remember when those rowers came out and thinking, "Oh my word,"
yeah,
and I love them. I think they're amazing. But they're definitely intense because you're constantly going,
yeah,
and it's nice that it's like a 15-minute one, right?
absolutely, yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. What advice do you have for individuals looking to kind of break out of a fitness rut and maybe try something new like Hotworx?
I mean, I'd say, yeah, get in there and, just try it. Yeah, for sure. And just, see what works for you. There's, there's such a vast difference between, walking into a big box gym and, having no guidance and just you doing what you do there, go do some cardio, do some weights, and maybe go sit in the sauna. But that could take you 2 hours, and that's if you know what you're doing, if you know how to make a plan. So as far as, ours is so easy that, okay, today I'm on, most of ours are working full body, but, if you wanted to focus on, even if you're focusing on doing core, it's working other parts of your body at the same time. So yeah, it's just you have to experience it for sure to know that it is just it's just I didn't know this type of workout was even something that I would feel like that I would get benefit from before I did it, just because like, oh, I'm used to being an athlete and doing sprints and doing heavy, big mobility lifts and all that, and it's just as I'm getting older it makes me feel good, and I just know that this is something that I'm going to stick with regardless of what happens in the future for sure.
Absolutely. And I believe too, like, when we talk about longevity, one of the things that is most near and dear to me is keeping my body as mobile as possible, as long as possible, And so when we look at our lifespan, we're maybe living longer. I hear now there's studies saying we're not living longer, So if we are living longer, how do we want to live those last 20, 30 years? Do you want to live immobile or all stiff and cramped up and you know feeling like you've got that lactic acid buildup? We all know what that feels like. Or you've got that tight joint or whatever that drives you crazy. you know if you're utilizing something like Hotworx on a regular basis, this is how you can wring out those muscles, because just stretching in there is huge. You're getting the infrared benefits. Then you're stretching out and elongating those muscles. You're, lubing those joints and keeping those functional and mobile. And it's just an overall win when it comes to longevity, right? Like, I
No,
bet
absolutely.
if your knees are already feeling better, and like that, and they're telling you you would have needed, surgery, and your knees are better, and you're utilizing this infrared sauna on a regular basis, you've already seen what it can do, right? And so, think about it, you as the listener, for your body, this is such a great way to meet you where you're at, no matter your fitness level, just to experience that infrared benefit on top of movement, you know? And so, yeah, I if you haven't tried it yet, definitely give it a whirl. What is your favorite workout to do?
I really like to mix between my favorite one, on the isometric side is doing yoga, just because it works on a lot of that balance and increasing my flexibility in there. And then I always like to pair that with one of our HIIT workouts as well. So I will majority of the time start with the 30-minute workout, and then I'll go into one of our HIIT workouts and really, my cardio's my heart's already elevated, my metabolism's already elevated, then I go in there and I really burn it out at the end and hit those other pieces of, increasing my heart rate even a little bit further and getting some of that, other benefit of the cardio for sure.
That's awesome. And, like, when you're talking to some of your clients that come in, which ones are their favorites?
I mean, yeah, people really. There's some ladies that really love the hot bun session that uses some of the bands in there as well, just because it's a a focus that they can get into. They people really love our the core one, just just being able to have the focus, like I said, and then people are really loving the new hot stretch as well.
Mhm. Yeah, hot stretch sounds amazing. That is wonderful. Awesome. Well, we would love for you to give us a like, share, subscribe. We are new to podcasting and we would love the love. And so if you know somebody that would benefit from hearing this amazing podcast with Rod, definitely give us a share. And we appreciate you. And we will see you next time on Beyond the Mirror.
We want to make a quick but important disclosure. The information and advice shared in this podcast are intended to provide general knowledge and understanding about wellness and health-related subjects. They are not intended to replace professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or qualified health provider with any questions that you may have regarding a medical condition or treatment, and before undertaking a new health regimen. Remember, your health is your responsibility, and it's always best to consult with a healthcare professional.